Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Progressive Overload podcast. Have you ever thought about strengthening multiple areas of your life at the same time? Then you've come to the right place. Our goal is to help you identify ways that you might need a progressive overload to break through those plateaus and keep you growing. What's up, Progressive Overload family? Welcome back to the podcast. We're glad to have you today. And today I'm sitting next to some really cool gentlemen. You'll recognize one of them, Mr. Walker Prothro.
Yes.
And what's up, friend?
Back
How are you?
again.
Why don't you introduce your friend that you brought to us today?
So this guy's awesome. His name is Delayne Crow.
What's up, Mr. Crow?
And
How
he
are y'all doing
He
today?
flies.
Like a bird.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Well, man, we're so glad to have you here today. I'm so excited to listen to your story and hear how you've lost like 150 pounds plus and how you got there. And I'm just excited to dive into that.
Sure.
Wait, Sir Joe, can I interject and say something?
You are allowed
One
to do
thing
so.
that Delayne and I are just rocking in. We're both pickleball buddies.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we
Pickleball.
rock the dill.
Yes. You're just, what is the deal?
Dill pickle.
Oh, okay. Okay. See, I enjoy playing pickleball, but I'm not in all the lingo and this stuff yet.
Maybe more. Maybe
Yeah.
you'll play more.
I know. I need to.
Yes.
So, Mr. Delayne, what? Let's just kind of introduce you to our audience. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, where you're from, all that fun stuff.
Delayne Crow, Wichita Falls. Currently a teacher at Vernon College. I teach surgical technology. I've done that for a year.
Wow.
Prior to that, 20 years in the surgery field. Married, 2 kids, 14, 15-year-old, both going to high school at Ryder. Wife works at the plastic surgeon office here locally.
Oh, okay.
Before that, 20 years at the hospital as well. So
Wow.
we know surgery
Yes, you do.
to a T.
So, are you a surgical tech as well?
I was a surgical tech, first assist, licensed surgical assistant, and then came back around and now get to teach at
Now
the
you get to
place
teach it.
that I graduated from year 1.
That's awesome. That's
Sweet.
crazy.
Not bad.
Come back around.
Come back around full circle.
And then you also you mentioned you also have your personal training certifications and stuff like that.
So I guess I'm like a serial hobbyist. So I need something to do, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
I thought one day I'm going to go get my certification.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back. I want to learn. I want to know because of the journey that I was on.
Right.
Meaning when I first, I guess, one day got serious, I guess my whole childhood, I was very serious about working out, fitness,
Were you?
doing sports, doing things. I didn't know any better. So every day I always had a home cooked meal, always had all this stuff and never had out to eat. And then after high school, found out what Taco Bell was, and then boom,
Boom.
305 later.
Golly.
I'm serious, 305.
Really?
Oh, so good.
I
I'd wake up, I'd eat so many donuts and hot dogs and hamburgers and fried. I still love it.
Yeah.
I still have
yeah.
them cravings,
Yeah.
right? And then one day, I swear to God, I could not tie my shoe.
Really?
I did, but I had to lean sideways, and that was it. I
That
was like,
the wake up
what?
moment.
They always say, "What did you do?" I said, "I couldn't tie my shoe. My shoelaces were crooked. I can't have that." And just like that, I went on a diet. No, the only time that I ever looked at a book other than anything else educational was the South Beach diet and the Atkins diet. You remember those?
remember
Way
Old school.
back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of combined them,
Okay.
right? Combined them, put them together. Literally, this is what I ate every day. I swear, for a year. There wasn't no magic pills back then. There wasn't no gastric surgery.
Right.
There was. I got to be honest with you. I kind of wish there was, but whatever. It worked out.
Don't you wish semaglutides were out?
Oh,
before
they
now?
did not have. That would have made my day easy. There was caffeine. That's it. Ultimate Orange Crush. It's like anyway.
Yes,
that was back in
dude.
the day when you can't buy that stuff
No,
anymore.
it's off the market.
That's banned substance in that one. But other than that, there was nothing else to get. So I'd wake up. I'd have an egg beater omelet. You know what that is? The little egg beater.
The
Literally, I'd have
carton.
one omelet, one piece of toast.
Yeah.
I didn't measure anything. I just whatever. One chicken breast and green beans for lunch. 15 almonds, 1 string cheese. Post-workout shake, whatever shake I wanted. They just made it at the place.
Yeah.
Chicken and green beans, and that is it.
So chicken and
I
green
was
beans
probably
and egg
eating
whites all day.
all day,
Every day.
1,000 calories tops, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would do that 90% of the time. I'd have 2 cheat meals. So I swear to God, they knew me at Hoonan's.
Oh, yeah.
On
that was it.
Wednesday, I swear to God, Wednesday I'd walk in with a buffet to go. I'd say, hey, and they'd say, here you go, Mr. Crow. I mean, we're talking
Oh, you fill it
buffet,
up.
right?
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, I had a whole day cheat where I would eat 8 to 12 cinnamon rolls, the whole Pillsbury
my
Doughboy,
goodness.
some
Yeah.
kind of buffet, another buffet.
Oh,
Literally on this
man.
diet alone, I lost 60, and then I
Yeah.
plateaued, and I'm like, okay, I got to cut some more
Gotta do
out,
something
right?
else.
I didn't know anything back then, so
Yeah.
came around, took out my Wednesday. Okay, then I would make it almost 6 day stretch,
Mhm.
but by the end of that 6th day, I could barely work out. I was tired.
Oh, yeah.
I was angry.
I bet.
I didn't feel good. And I thought, man, I love these refeed days.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then I got down about another 20 pounds. So I was about 80 then, and I thought,
Yeah.
I need more. Like I started plateauing, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, everything I was doing was so depleting. I could barely lift weights. I could not go heavy. I had cardio,
Yeah.
little endurance,
Right,
and that's
right,
it.
Right.
Way wrong way around it back then. So
Mhm.
long story
Yeah.
short, I started cutting out more. I got down to right at 190, 195.
Okay.
Loose skin everywhere.
Right.
Weak as
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah. Probably
You
lost a
know,
lot of muscle.
lot
mass,
of
huh?
muscle, a lot of everything. You know, I didn't know.
Right,
I didn't know
right.
any better. Anyway,
Right.
during this time, I met my wife, got married. We kept on the healthy track. She's a very healthy, energetic. You know, I have tons of energy for a 47-year-old. I am 47.
He's
Almost
he's
senior.
a big kid.
I'm a big kid.
He's
And
so
so
great.
she hangs with me really well. Thank
Yeah.
God. But that being said, I kept it off probably 10 years. I'd dabble in it. I'd read here, internet
Right.
forums, blah, blah, blah. You
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
nothing really stuck where it's like, this is what you should do, right?
Mhm.
And I thought, you know what? I need to change. Okay.
Yeah.
And this was like 2 years before COVID hit.
Right.
I met some people and here locally in town, they were doing bodybuilding competitions. I was like, man, I think I want to learn that.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I think I can. I want to learn it.
You want to?
I want to. I
Wow.
need my mind to be busy. So I went, and this guy named Joe Kleminski, he has his first, like, we'll say his own certification program that he did.
Right.
And all he did was specialized in bodybuilding competition.
Oh,
And he
okay.
teaches macros.
Right. Right.
So I took his 6-month, 8-month course on how to macro train.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he had a physiques coaching program.
Oh, okay.
So I took that as well. And in the meantime, I was working at the hospital in labor and delivery full time. I was managing staff, managing the ORs, and that's not enough. I still needed more. So I was like, I'm gonna go back and get my personal trainer. So all this in the meantime. So I got my trainer,
goodness.
this, and I said, you know what? I need to coach.
Yeah.
I need somebody. My wife, I need a guinea pig. So in the meantime, my wife's like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was
Yeah.
like, sweet. So I coached my wife, me and this other girl named Brina. Oh my God, Mick. She's going to kill me. She's my wife's best friend. She's so nice. Anyway,
no.
so she coached. I helped my wife. We went through this process where she got on stage ready and did the bikini competition. She came in too lean, unfortunately, didn't
Yeah.
win place, but she did well. I mean,
Yeah.
she fantastic.
Yeah.
Got her down to 8%.
Wow,
And that's
crazy for a
unbelievable for a female, right?
Yeah.
So her
Yeah.
hormones shut off.
Oh, of course.
No period.
No period. Yeah.
No, and you,
Wow.
I love my wife to death, but I'm telling you right now, when she was on this bodybuilding,
Yeah.
Cranky.
Sweet Amanda was sweet to everybody, and you couldn't blame her. I mean, you couldn't do nothing about it. Middle of summer, it's 100 degrees outside. She has a blanket. She's just freezing. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you pictures of her later after this.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
anyway, so long story short, I kept doing that, and COVID hit. I had at that time 45, 50 clients I was training,
Really? Wow.
all online.
Wow.
Had an app made, all ran through that.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is it was consuming my time.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So at that time, working full time,
Yeah.
being in management, working at the hospital, doing this, doing that, and
That
then
wasn't your bread
talking
and
to was not. Still passionate about it. Still worked.
Yeah.
Every single person I had 100% weight loss with every one of my clients. 100% significant weight loss where they kept their muscle
Yeah.
and lost their fat
That's huge.
when they did it.
Dude,
the problem
cool.
was I was always on the hook for them, right?
Yeah.
And eventually I was like, I cannot want this more than y'all.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
started eating my soul where I'm like, like, why am I in this more than you?
Yeah.
Why am I?
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, I kind of let it go, phased it out, get more time back. And then lo and behold, my wife left her career, went to another job. And I thought, man, she is happy.
Yeah.
Like no more call, no more stress. She's at somewhere else. I'm like, maybe I should. And the gentleman that trained me 20 years ago to be a scrub tech was retiring, and they were on, hey, Delayne, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? And I thought, no, y'all can't afford me. Like, I'm being honest. Y'all can't, and they couldn't afford me. That's a huge, whatever. That being said, value is not always money.
Yeah.
So
right.
I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. I went. I never looked back.
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It worked out really well.
Yeah.
That was such a long-winded.
No, I'm loving it.
Anyway, okay.
No,
It's so
there were so many rich nuggets in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
So-
McDonald's could never offer that.
Well, no.
Yeah. I want to go back. Yeah. I want to go back to when you were talking about training your clients. I want to dive into that because I feel that a lot of the time, and I think I mentioned this on the podcast before, that my first 4 or 5 years of training clients, I felt that burden of getting them results. And then I think there was kind of a light bulb moment where I just stopped. I was like, I'm going to provide you every single tool you need to succeed.
Exactly.
But whether you pick them up and use it or not is on you. That's not on me. And so that was a big weight lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Because I knew as long as I do my part, I can sleep at the end of the night.
That's right.
You know,
Sleep is worth a lot. Sleep is peace of mind is worth so much.
Yes, it is.
Mm.
Yeah. So it kind of explain. Let's delve into that a little bit deeper. When you had all of those clients, I mean, I understand you were also working a full-time job, providing for your family through other means. How did it feel when you were? Did you just feel that pressure, or what? Kind of dive into that a little bit.
When I had, we'll say, up to 20 clients, no pressure. Okay,
Yeah.
I thrive. It's weird to say that, and so I don't know. It sounds cringy, but I thrive in pressure. I do surgery for a living.
Yeah.
It's what I do.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
20 or so people, man, I can handle it. I don't need much
gotcha.
sleep. I'm good.
Yeah.
Joe, so speaking of thriving under pressure, Delayne, we played in a pickleball tournament a couple of weekends ago, and he's like mediocre when it comes to rec play, but when it comes to tournament play, he is a completely new animal.
Oh,
his
really?
skill level
Okay.
just climbs, and he is so
play
good
up.
in
I play up.
competition.
Yeah.
When I, thank you, first of all. But yes, when I need to, I got it.
Yeah, you're bringing
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you,
That's
man.
the PG version.
I got it. Okay, I'm trying. Walker's used
He's
to a
tried
lot
so hard to
of
hold
I'm muting myself because I'm very passionate to a fault.
more colorful language usually.
Where the Lord does not like my name in vain or other choice words. So, yes, I do rise to the occasion when it's time. So at that point, it's fine. But when I started getting 30 and 40, it was consuming too much time at home, and it was affecting, I guess, my lifestyle at home. And I didn't like that, right?
No.
Always on the hook. The expectations from people is for the value, right? Like I was even cheap. I mean, I did this for like nugget, little bitty cents on the dollar. If I was always on the phone with you or always trying to message you and this, and I'm doing it for 40 a month,
Right,
50 a month. I'm talking to you 20 times a week, and I have 40 people to do this too.
That's super cheap.
That's super cheap, okay? And it worked, right? It wasn't like it was like hey, in my work, it may not. You're like my test customer. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it works. Do the work. It works. If you don't do the work, it don't work.
Right.
So I when it got that many, I guess it was more self-inflicted pain or mind pain where I'm like, I'm not providing the service I like.
Right.
Like I have an expectation on people on to a fault, but I also expect that from me.
Yeah.
And so when I felt like I wasn't providing that to the people who are providing me an income,
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
No, I know.
I didn't like that. I'd rather shrink it,
Right.
charge more,
Yep.
better value.
Yep.
That's
That's
it.
the play.
I mean, that's the way it should be. That's and it works better.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny that you stopped doing it in the pandemic in 2020 because that's when online training skyrocketed and everywhere,
I had so many at that time, and it was growing more. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I got to no.
Yeah.
Let's go the other way. I could have scaled this to. It's crazy, right? I have an Instagram page, whatever.
Yeah.
These companies were reaching out to me, like, hey, I'll get you 20,000 followers.
Oh, yeah.
I will program them for you. I will take care of every bit of your app. I'm not playing. It was crazy. Your app side, all you got to do is sign here and we get a cut of the money.
Yeah.
We will make you, and I can't even tell you the money. I'm like, we'll take care of it all. Just sign here, give us your bank, and I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, no, but we do it and they were showing me these Instagram people that have 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, and they're making a fortune. And all they got to do is be a face.
Right.
And I said, I'm not a face.
Yeah.
And they said, but you are a face. And I said,
Dude,
better
cool.
yet, I don't want to be a face.
You
Okay, I
want
want,
to be
I kind of want to, what I believe in, I believe in. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't think y'all will be believing in me. And if I can't see you in my town, or better yet, if I had my own business, if I can't hire you or be able to hire you or have some kind of one-on-one conversation or meet you, I don't want you.
Yeah. No, I get it.
If it's my business, I
Dude,
just
you're
can't.
so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's not, no.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me kind of what kind of workouts you did through your transformation.
Okay.
You talked about kind of what your diet looked like. What
Yeah.
did your fitness look like?
So, in the beginning, like when I first started this, I would do
Genesis.
Genesis 1. I would do in the beginning. Delayne and Eve. I'm playing. So I started out, doing like, I wouldn't even do like a split, right? I'd just go in and do random stuff I felt like doing. If I wasn't sore, I would hit that other body part. And then I'd go do a class, a 45-minute class at Powerhouse. You remember Powerhouse? Y'all, were y'all old enough? I don't know if y'all old enough. Okay, so right across from Walmart.
Yeah.
That fitness, that furniture store, Powerhouse. Right?
Oh, really? Okay.
It was, it was so good back then.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the one everybody went to. So I went there.
Yeah.
Then, after that, I kind of started doing more research and thought maybe I should do a lot of chest one day, a lot of back one day, some legs one day, but more isolation movement, meaning I didn't hit the squat rack. I didn't hit the bench too hard. I didn't do this. I was always worried about hurting myself, whatever, right? And probably up until the last 5 years, until then, it was just like sporadic.
Right.
But sporadic and non-consistent got me not the results I wanted.
Yeah.
I needed more results, right?
Yeah.
So then I thought, man, they always say hit a body part, wait a day, 24-hour, at least to let it heal. Then you can hit again, whatever. Right. Unless you're on something, then you can hit it every day. That being said, then I was like, I'm gonna do a push-pull leg split. Yeah. And I haven't looked back. So I always did the push-pull leg split, whatever that looks like, right?
Yeah.
And
That's good.
You know what I mean? Like I would do chest, legs, back, legs, chest, back.
Yeah, and just cycle through that.
And just cycle through it. Have one day off, right? And even then, at my age, I got to be honest, it's hard.
Yeah.
And my Sunday, I usually ain't off. I'm usually going to do stuff. I'm usually playing. And even then, I still play pickleball, play this, do this, do something. I need something else to do, right? Walk with my wife every night. Something else is always going on. Yeah. Work, whatever. Yeah. That being said, I buckled down to where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna start programming this, right? I went and took the personal trainer, took those, they give you all the little algorithms, what you need for the body split on hypertrophy and blah, 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 right? And so I thought, well, I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to do my 1 rep max. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to do, oh my God, night and day difference.
Yeah, great.
Just like that. You're like, oh, my body is responding really well. And the movement patterns, right? Like your body gets adjusted to movement patterns and you're like, okay, when I bench, I can do this and I can do this much more, this much, whatever. Yeah. Without injuries or without fear of injuring, stuff like that.
That's great.
I'll tell you a story. Y'all ready for a good story?
Yeah, bring it.
So back in this is when I first, middle of my path, right? I'm retarded. Just go with me. You're going to laugh. So I was very, back in the day, I had even like strong legs, right? So I was squatting and supersetting hack squats.
Oh, man.
So on my hack squat, I had it was either 780 or 825. And then I was supersetting that with probably 205 squats. Yeah. I was so lazy and dumb. It's a true story. I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to take my belt off.
Okay.
I had it on. I went down and did hack squat. 7, clicked, hit my ribs.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I thought, well, what the? I heard it through it was so loud. I heard it through my old school radio back then, recorded thing. It wasn't no AirPods. Yeah. And I thought, what was that? And I thought, well, it kind of hurt. Whatever. Yeah. I go to the squat rack. I go all the way down. That's it. Boom. I fall to the ground. Yeah. Broke 2 ribs.
Oh, no.
Didn't even. I went home. I said, Mama, I think I broke ribs. Okay. No. She's like, no, you didn't. I said, baby, I'm pretty sure I broke them.
Oh, no.
She's like, what'd you do? I told her. She's like, come on. I was like, man, I'm pretty sure. I had a boy at the time.
Yeah.
And I had a boy. Still have a boy, but a young boy. He was probably 2.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm laying on the floor, and I'm like, I just don't feel good, babe. It's hurting pretty bad. He jumped on there and jumped onto the ribs.
Oh, I love that.
That was it. I couldn't breathe then. Then I was like this. I was like, I think I punctured a lung. She said, baby. I said, I'm not playing. Something's wrong. Something's real wrong. Yeah, broke 2 ribs. Just do it because I didn't have good form. Yeah, because I was like, Anna, I ain't taking this off.
Right.
I got to go.
Right.
I got things to do. I got a ball game or something. I don't know what I was doing with that. So, I mean, just stuff like that happened to me where I'm like just complacent. It's just weights.
Right. Yeah. Gotta respect the weights.
Gotta respect the weights, man.
Yeah.
So stuff like that I did.
I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. That's totally something people do all the time.
Okay.
I know dudes that put a belt on, they don't take it off even for like bicep curls and stuff like that.
Well,
just because it looks cool.
I was like, it's a look.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
That feeds their ego.
It's
so silly.
Yeah.
So dumb.
That's okay. I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
But beware, you might break a rib.
Yeah, you might break a couple ribs. I mean, just do it. Then your son jumps on him, you're like crying like a baby on the floor.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's all good stuff. I love hearing you kind of your I can call it the sanctification of our fitness.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like we're sanctified through faith and become more and more like Christ. We start our journey and our fitness journey, and we just learn more and more, and we learn how to do the right things by doing the wrong things. And stuff like
did I
that.
ever?
Yeah.
I never worn one since then.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
really?
I don't even go to wear it. I'll just lighten the weight. I ain't doing it.
I get it.
Oh man, I don't need to look good.
Yeah.
I don't need my ribs to hurt like this anymore.
So, kind of, are you currently to a point where you're just trying to maintain where you are? Or?
I am and not, right? Like I have a pool at my house.
Yeah.
You know, that male ego still in me. I'm old, but still, I am not letting another man at my house look better than me. I just, in my head, right? It does happen, okay? I have some pretty fit friends. And I'm like, oh, man. Give me 10 more years ago, I would have killed you. If I'd have known this now 10 years ago, oh my God, I would be ripped out of my mind. But
that's awesome.
I'm pretty happy. You know, the older I get, the happier I'm getting with my body. I'm like, it's fine. Like it's okay. Do I want more off? Yeah, but I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Just do I want to anymore?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? And it is sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, no, man.
Yeah.
I need some M&Ms.
Yeah.
I need something. Yeah. I need a donut. I need some. I mean, it ain't like my cheat meal is not like, oh, I'm just going to have some steak and potatoes. Now I'm going to eat me some lasagna, a piece of cake, some pie. I want some food, right? Like if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to undo it because currently, like you said, like, are you happy now? Yes, because 70, we'll just say 70, 80%. I'm a fan of macros. Okay. Still, my stuff is weighed. I cooked all morning long. Everything is done from now till Thursday.
Oh, that's great.
The entire, every one of my meals is weighed.
Yeah.
Every one of my carbs is weighed. Every one of my stuff is weighed. And literally, even when I go to where I go to these clinical sites right there, like, hey, you having turkey and rice?
Yeah.
Taco meat and rice? Yep, that's what I'm eating.
Yes, sir.
For lunch. 5 ounces of turkey meat. Quarter cup of rice.
Yeah.
Every day. 5 ounces of chicken breast. And either some kind of corn taco or something to make up the carbs, right? 2 protein bars, 1 protein shake, 165 grams of egg whites, 4 45-calorie bread, protein shake, and then I have like 300 carbs, fats to play with.
Yeah.
Whatever I want.
Whatever you want.
And that's how I run it.
I love it, dude.
That's how I do it now. And it's like that every day. And if I do that, usually by the 4th to 5th day, I kind of get hangry. I mean, my metabolism has ramped up so much now, like 2,100, 2,200. I can still cut weight off at that now.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. When I got down to 170, when I was trying to get ripped and got all abby, I mean, I was probably consuming 1,600.
Right,
but that meant when I came back off of that diet, I didn't reverse out of it 100%. I went straight to 2,200.
Exactly.
Guess what?
Yeah, then you
it
put
came
more
on
body fat on it.
fast.
Yeah.
It came on good.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm learning my body. And it's also whoever you are, right?
Yeah.
Like my wife, she can, God love her, she's puts on muscle easy.
Yeah.
She has, I guess, a little more tea than most females. It just happens, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like she says, hey, well, you know, it's funny. Oh my, she's going to kill me. I can't say it.
Oh,
Don't say it.
Okay.
Don't say it.
I love her, but I'll say it. She's cool. Anyway, she was like, one time we were in we'll say a break room. Just go with me. I love you. I love you, first of all. So we're in the break room, and the girls say, hey, they're all talking about, fitness and what are they doing for the summer or whatever. And she's like, she don't even know any better, right? She's like, when I lose weight, the first thing that ever comes out is abs. They said, do what? Yeah, when I first start, like in 2 or 3 weeks, my abs start showing. And you think those girls looked at her pleasant?
No, they probably slapped her.
I was in that break room. I was like, baby.
Poor you.
I was like, poor you, baby. I love you. Poor Amanda. Right? So I was like, oh, you're going to get killed. She's like, I didn't mean, I know. She didn't mean it. She's like, she's just one of those fit girls. I don't get it. Some people are naturally, they don't take much.
I think about that anytime I have a client that comes to me and is like, I just can't gain weight. I'm just like, oh,
ain't that something? You stick a donut in my mouth, it's on my hip. By the time I go to the restroom, it's on my hip.
I drive by the donut store. 5 pounds.
5 pounds, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah.
No, no, not really. And I know everybody goes through their own personal struggles. So I'm just joking, but oh man, that's crazy. So you grew up in a Christian household?
Ish.
Yeah.
Mom, heavily Christian. Let me think how to word this. Very, very religious. Her side of the family, dad's side of the family, no.
Gotcha.
Just none.
Yeah.
Okay, meaning just wasn't into it, right?
Yeah.
So, but did we go to church every day? Yes.
Yeah.
Was I saved as a kid? Yes. Did I go and do all these things that my mom wanted me to do and all this? Yes. Yeah. And then she died my senior year.
Okay. Didn't have her dragging you to church anymore?
No, I kind of hated church. I kind of hated life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, that's kind of what I related it to, right? Uh-huh. So many years after that, I did not like God, and I mean that. Yeah. Sorry. Just happens.
Be honest.
It's just the way it is, right? So I'm like, why would you take the one angel in my life away at 16 when she diagnosed with cancer, and at 17 she died and had to go through all that. Yeah. Why would you do that? Yeah. Why would you do that? I had many questions, anyway, unresolved issues through it.
I get it.
Over years, right?
Yeah.
That being said, thank God I met Amanda Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she was we got together, hey, let's do this and let's start going to church here and there. And I'm like, do we have to?
Yeah.
She's like, what's your problem? I was like, nothing. Just, do we have to go?
Yeah.
Like, I never really wanted to tell her, she knew, but I mean, I didn't have a deep conversation with my wife saying, hey, no.
Yeah.
He took something away from me that I loved and took care of my family and made my life hell. No.
Yeah.
I went, thank God. God. Kept going. She kept pursuing. Then I'd see her reading her Bible. Then I would see her getting closer to God. Then I would see her doing more and more and more. And I'm like, man, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Yeah.
She always is the better half, by the way. So I'm like, maybe, no. And then I go through moments where I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
That man took, no. And then I'm like, no. Why is Amanda always so happy? Yeah. Why is she always so full of grace and just like some sort of peace, right? And I'm like, something there, right? So I'm like, whatever. Went through the motions, right? And eventually I'm like, man, let's go all in, right? Let's go all in. So I kept going all in and going all in and going through it. Like a year and a half ago, though, I came to it and I was like, man, I need to get saved again. Yeah. Like I need him to know that I'm in, right? A year and a half ago, got rebaptized. Never looked back ever since. That being said, like off and on through our relationship, I've been married 16. I love you. 16 years, 17 years. Anyway, okay. So most of that time still going to church, but like I go to church. Yeah. I went to church and I went home. Yeah. I went to church and I went home. Now I pray every day. Now I pray every night. Now I pray Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a week. I go in the hot tub. I pray. I go to the gym. I say something. I need to give it to him. Yeah. So, and guess what? My life is better than ever. So I need to give it to him. And if it wasn't for the grace of my loving wife.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. That's cool.
Yeah. And the grace of God of the man. But,
amen. Yeah. So my wife sees it. She has a counselor that's changed her life, and she's amazing. But my wife went through some things where she was pissed off at God, like, why did he do this to me? And pretty much the thing that changed her life was just a simple sentence of her counseling saying, it's okay to be mad at God and he can totally handle it. Like, it doesn't change who he is, you know. No. But, yeah.
There was, I was in Houston and I was, I forgot what happened. I think a friend of mine, his, like, girlfriend broke up, or they broke up or whatnot. And he was really ticked off at God. And we were both just kind of pondering, is it okay to be, like, frustrated with God or really angry with him? And there's a passage in Psalms or something, I think, where David's just, like, shouting out at God. And you read it and you're like, this is in the Bible? What the world?
Yeah.
But it's also really beautiful because it's just like, you know, a son crying out to his father, and the father's just like, I can hold you, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm not taking it personally. I'm just holding you.
Right.
So it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
And hard to grasp at the same time.
Yeah, it is. I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I've done stuff in my life. I do not deserve this grace. I'm telling y'all.
No.
Not a bit.
Nope.
And he still gives it to me daily.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody deserves that grace.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. Well, dude, I'm trying to think where else we should go now.
I'm just speechless. I love listening.
I know. The story is so good.
Keep going.
Do you really have to?
Nope, not now.
Kidding.
I canceled it.
Oh, you really did?
Yeah, I did.
Well, then we can ask him galore.
I was like, no, I canceled it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, fun.
Well,
I'll give you one. Okay. So
Do it.
you always say, what's your
Share.
faith, right?
Yeah.
So I have moments, right? It's great. True. But whatever. So I go to God as much as I can, right? He gives back whatever. As he said. Every time, literally, almost every time. Yeah. Every time in the last probably 8 to 9 years, he talks to me at the gym.
Dude, how fun.
I don't understand. Like
freaking
last
love
week,
it.
I met a man named Patrick. I guess that's his name. I was working out. I always see him every morning. I say hi, blah, 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 and he said to me, go introduce yourself to him and tell him God loves you. And I was like, no,
sir.
no. Go, and I'm not playing. He's on the ab machine. I'm on the ab machine next to him. He's like, do it. And I was like, I went there and washed my hands. He literally shut the water off and said, go do it. I said, okay. So I went with this guy, and so it's weird. Okay, I'm comfortable with literally sharing everything in the world except religion-ish stuff. Right? I'm like, that's weird. Say, man, my name's Delayne. Blah blah blah. I don't know if you believe in God, but he told me to tell you hi, and he loves you, and for me to say hi. Yeah. That's it. That's all he said. I don't know why, but I'm gonna walk away. Because this is weird. My name's Delayne. But he told me to tell you hi and he loves you and I got to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, my granddad was a preacher. Thank you. Shook my hand, walked away.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've talked ever since. Swear to God.
Oh, that's cool.
Within this year, he said, I was in the parking lot leaving. He said, Delayne's going to be okay. And he hugged me. I don't understand. I don't know why. I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And he hugged. I went home and I'm not kidding. My wife, I love you. She was in the bath and I bawled like a baby to her. Because I said, he hugged me. And he said it's going to be okay.
Wow.
So it's always at the gym. I don't understand why it's always at the gym when
so cool.
he's like, I need you to do this. I have music so loud, there's no, I can't hear the person next to me.
No.
Wow.
And the next thing you know, boom. Hey,
That's
what?
That's so powerful.
Hey, what? Who the talking to me? Stop.
Right.
No, I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Man.
Still get chills over this.
Wow.
That's so neat.
And I'm like, oh man, would you stop? He's not stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walker, have you ever had anything like that happen?
Yeah, something recently was like that, but I don't remember when.
We got to know when.
Yeah, no, that's true. Are you talking about like a Holy Spirit voice and
anything like that?
Honestly, there was something this week and I don't remember. It was with a client or it was with. I don't remember. I have a headache at the moment.
You thinking too hard?
Maybe, but I know it's happened before. But when it has, it's like Delayne was talking about. First, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then it's like, is this really you?
Yeah.
But then it's like it's the same voice that you read off of the Bible.
Yeah.
So it's the voice from Scripture. So it's like, I know that voice, right? And then again, it's like, this is awkward. I don't want to just walk into some stranger and be like, I don't want to step on their toes. Like, do you know the Bible or do you not? Or do you know God? Stuff like that. but it's crazy the times where I have listened to God and just stepped out in faith and either just asked it probably was a question because I just like asking questions.
Right.
And I don't know, it's just speechless and powerful, whatever that word is, of I don't know, sharing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just know this: every time I've done it, it always good things happen.
Absolutely.
Even when I say no. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh, that wasn't so bad, and it kind of turned out better.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But I don't want to. Even when I know it's going to be good, I'm like, no.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, I lost his name. The Bible story where he gets swallowed. Jonah. Yeah. Jonah told us all about what happens when we say no to God.
Yes.
So I had a question I wanted to ask you. Is like, so since you've recommitted your life to the Lord,
Okay.
how has that changed the way you approach fitness or nutrition?
Ooh, especially since you have a special place with God in fitness at the gym.
Yeah.
Let me think. I'm trying to think how to word it.
I know.
I would say, I guess, I'll just, whatever. Back in the day, even when I was 300 pounds, what did I say? I was cocky.
Yeah.
Confident.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you sure you don't want to say cocky?
Arrogant. Whatever you want to call this, right? So even then, I thought, man, I'm a kind of good looking guy. Even at that big, I'm like, oh, what's wrong with me? But when the door's shut, I'd be like, God, can you make me look better? And that's so wrong. That is so wrong, right? So if it changed anything, I usually use fitness to either listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I listen to pickleball podcast, music, or some kind of church podcast, right? Yeah. And I try to do some kind of fellowship, some kind of thanking Him while I'm there, right? But other than that, I don't want to say I separate the two too much because He always interjects.
Of course.
And if I separate it too far, He always.
Yeah.
Today's the day. Right. And I don't know if it's because there's a disconnect, and I do try to separate it more because I don't want to be that conceited, arrogant, prideful, cocky man. I try not to. It's a struggle, right? That man complex. And anyway, the older I get, the better I get, but I still need to improve. And when I'm there, I try to separate him out because I know he's going to say, stop, what are you doing? You're fine. You don't have to be all that anymore. You're fine. Have peace. And I don't know if that answered it or not.
No, I mean, well, like
did.
98% of people in the gym are there to look better.
Oh, yeah.
So they're there to improve the way they appear. And so I think that's the biggest thing where the Lord has changed my heart in the way that I approach my fitness. And we've done a whole podcast episode about this, about how Christians should approach fitness differently than worldly people. But for me, I've gotten my mind off of how I look, and it helps me focus on how I feel instead of how I look, and the non-physical benefits that I get. I'm focusing on that, and that drives me to not give up. Because if I'm results based, if I'm motivated by the numbers,
let's go sit on the scale. Let's go get on that machine that does your fat.
No, thank you.
We done it so.
Oh yeah, especially in the
my poor
bodybuilding
wife,
stuff.
God love her. Like, oh my God, it was. I'll tell you. God, I hate to refer to her all the time, but it's funny. So she was with me. So after this, right after the first, it messed her up, right? Yeah. Like it messed her psychologically up. She will tell you
what messed her
after her competition, right? She's done. Okay. Yes. So she always compares herself to that stupid competition stage. And literally, honestly, I would hug a bag of muscle and bone, and it wasn't no bag. It was like a hard muscle and bone. I'm like, this is not right for a. Where's your curves, baby? Right. So I'm like, but she always compared to herself. But one time I'll never forget it. So after we got done, right, abs. We're talking like 8, 12 pack, right? I'm like, okay, this is a story plug for my wife. You can take it out if you want to, but she ate all this food, right? She looked like she had a baby, right? And the abs were all on it. It was insane. I was like, how's your gut? No, I love you. How's your gut? And it's abs. Just, and I'm like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And but she and I, we compare ourselves to back then, right? Like, because at the same time she was going through it, right? I was like, I'm gonna lose weight too with you. I'm gonna do it with you. Right. It's always better to have a partner, right?
Yeah.
Always better to have somebody in your household doing it with you. It's just always on the same track, always on that same parallel train track. And if she was gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Ish, right? Yeah. So me and the kids, I take them away. We cheat a little bit, but I want to do it with you, right? I'm not gonna go to that severity. Thank God I didn't. Yeah. But so that, you know what I mean? So now I guess I would get stuck, or she would get stuck, or we would get stuck in the way we look now versus then. But since then, thank God that it's like, hey, it's okay, man. You're okay. Yeah. All right, you get up in the morning. You're almost 50. Yeah. You can outdo most 20-years. Let's just, I love you.
That is very
not
true.
trying to be cocky, but
you're true. Yeah.
God is good. Okay, that's not normal. Yeah. Take it for what it is. Absolutely. So that's why I'm like, you know what, you're fine. Stop.
Yeah. I have clients all the time comparing themselves to like. There's a 50-year-old client comparing herself. I just want to be back in my high school clothes. I'm like, get that out of your head.
No.
Yeah. Comparison is always going to be.
I want to wake up and my low back not hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's also not reality. Like, no matter how much you want to be there, you can't, even if you could.
I know.
You can't outrun
it just doesn't
time.
Work. Yeah.
Time wins.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm still here. That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Time hadn't ran out.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's nothing healthy about the people that get on this stage. And, you know, when you're missing cycles, you're missing, hormones just out the walls.
So that was another big reason why I quit.
Insane.
Right?
Really? Yeah.
I don't know if I would have quit if I didn't go through it with my wife.
Really?
No, because there was such a market. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like you said, I had people reaching out everywhere. Hey, you did your wife. Let's do some competition. Let's do this. Hey, who'd you do it with? I was like, bring up,
it's very famous.
And then this, and not either. But no. And then so I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. And then I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I will never put a family or any significant other through this.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it.
I do say that's one thing I really respect about you, Delayne, is that you put family first.
I try.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't always that way.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a lot of friends, if you could imagine, right? Like, I can't go to the store, right? And so, I mean, I'm serious. It's just, I was very social, very outgoing. I still am, this and that. Yeah. And it, wife never complained. She never said anything. But to me, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah.
No more. Put God, put family, that's how it needs to go. Period. Yeah. And that's the way I'm trying.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
still
all we can do is try.
That's right. But I still mess up.
That's okay. Yeah. The fact that you're trying puts you better than most people that aren't.
I hope.
Or all people that aren't. Yeah. What's this is one of my favorite questions to ask. What's the biggest light bulb moment in your faith that has happened recently?
If not, I could tag team.
You start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Walker, what's been your biggest light bulb moment?
Thanks, Joe, for the sharing of the question.
Sorry.
I won't go into detail, but as of late, I guess as of yesterday, it would be that life is short and it can end at any moment, even when you think you're invincible.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like walking down a street, you're not. And it's just really changed perspective.
Really?
Yeah. As of that story
that
story that I shared with you.
Yeah.
I'll share it with you later, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's definitely, well, I know somewhere in scripture it says like life is a vapor. And it's like, but it's like everyone lives to like their 70s or 80s, or there's the occasional like heart attack or stuff like that, but it's like I have at least until I'm 50.
Right.
No.
But no, and realizing that is borderline scary.
Yep.
And then almost makes me want to seek God more.
Yeah.
because I can't put him off until tonight
Right.
or tomorrow. It's like I just want to be with you now and every moment until who knows.
Yeah.
It's really weird thinking about.
Yeah.
Or it's hit home more than just the
Mm-hmm.
live your life, blah 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 blah.
Right.
Life is short, blah 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 blah. But it's
Right.
like, oh, yeah, that's mine.
Yeah. I love it. That's good.
Tag team.
Tag. Okay, I would say learning what grace truly meant.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So
do explain.
you know, not many details, but when you mess up and you're given many chances,
Yeah.
you mess up real big, and somebody gives you another chance,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you have just the hardest time ever forgiving yourself for what you did,
Yeah. Yeah.
to where you can't even look in the mirror. And God says it's going to be okay,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
hugs you.
Yeah.
Says let it go.
Yeah.
It's pretty,
Yeah. So
life altering. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And God said, I've forgiven you already.
let it go.
Yeah.
And I
Let it
just,
go.
it's,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to let the past go.
Yeah. It's hard to, it's so hard to accept grace when you know you don't deserve it.
I don't
It's-
deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, even not only just from my Heavenly Father, but from like my wife or
Yes.
either other
Agreed.
relationships.
Anybody.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I know. It's hard to accept it.
Yes.
But it's a gift. It's
It
not.
is a gift.
And
You
it's
need
not,
to receive it.
Right.
And
It's not transactional. There's nothing. The grace does not need anything in return. Yeah.
and that is hard for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got two thoughts. One, go watch Angels and Demons with Tom Hanks. There is a quote at the very end of the movie where he says to the soon Pope is that grace is a gift that he has yet to receive. So, anywho, it's just a quote. Second, what's your light bulb, Joe?
Oh,
it's my light bulb.
let's
Did you answer this
go.
yesterday?
I don't think I did.
I don't think I asked you.
No, I don't remember.
I was shocked that he asked such a good question. We
I
had
know, he went deep. I'm like, oh my God.
do you know Brenner Haley? I don't think so. He coaches over at Hamilton Park for tennis, but
Sure, I've seen him.
I've tried to get you two to be on the same court together for like pickleball, but I don't.
I'll play
I don't
anytime.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Anywho,
Yeah.
he was
I'm
here
in.
yesterday. And
I'm
answered
in.
that
Let's go.
question.
My latest light bulb that's happened recently is, figuring out that my ministry does not rely on where I am or what I'm doing. So
Cool.
for the last 2 or 3 years, I've considered my ministry is helping people through fitness get closer to God. And as you know, I'm going through a career change, and I can fill you in on later. I struggled like, okay, what is that going to look like now in my new career when I've been doing ministry through fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's the biggest thing that I'm going to have to deal with and I'm tested with, but I'm up to the task is not making a ministry in this genre, but just it goes wherever I go, you know. And so that's kind of the biggest thing that I've learned. Yeah.
Ooh, got something.
Okay, what you got?
Your identity, right?
Ooh, yeah, tag team. Here he goes.
So like
Pickle
man.
mind.
We'll say counseling 101. Right?
Yeah, right.
What is your identity, right? And they would say, "Hey, Delayne, what do you do?" And I always say, "Hey, I did this. I worked at the hospital. I do surgery on the side. I do this. I'm like a nurse, whatever, blah, blah, blah." And I have learned to reframe that. Hey, I'm Delayne. I'm married to Amanda Crow.
Uh-huh.
I have 2 wonderful kids
Right.
who I love and adore.
Uh-huh.
What do you do for a living? Oh, man, I just teach.
Yeah.
That's not who I am anymore.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I don't need that
Right.
hero mentality. It's hard
Uh-huh.
because I did. You know, I helped deliver babies all day long. If there was
Uh-huh.
we'll say a stat C-section or anything like that, Delayne, come on, let's go save a baby. Deal.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to let that go because you're a hero, right? And then you get that accolade, and you get, hey, you saved my baby, you saved my wife. You did. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. And I'm like, what? So I started identifying myself as, and that's so wrong in my mind.
It's
Well,
not
wrong. I would say
wrong.
wrong. I would say just, I don't want to be known as that anymore.
Yeah,
How's
yeah,
that? How's
yeah.
that reframing? I'd rather be known as, hey, I'm Delayne. It's my wife.
Right.
What do you do? I teach.
Right.
I hang out and I play a lot of pickleball.
Uh-huh.
Hey, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
What other kind of hobbies are you into?
Well,
Yeah, you serial.
so I can
hobbyist.
only, I'm only allowed one hobby at a time.
Oh, okay.
But that being said, I've done, I mean, you name it, right? Name it, I've done it.
yeah.
You were a cook, weren't you?
I was a cook, right? So I did, me and my wife, we did barbecue competitions.
That's
No
right?
way.
When it was back in the day when it was popular, right?
Yeah.
Had my own big giant RV, $20,000 smoker I pulled with it.
My gosh.
Went everywhere, was on TV. Me and my wife were on TV.
What?
Yeah, I swear to God. Went to Vegas, paid for, right? We were on the downtown Fremont Street, cooking for Travel Channel, this and this.
No way.
Swear. And it's crazy. So I kind of got cut for being me. Right.
told me.
So at the, we were there cooking, they're filming us, whatever. And this gentleman wanted to put his hand on me. Backstory, Delayne don't like to be touched by
Strangers.
strangers for weird. Like, why would you pat me like a man on my back? Like, you don't have to, you can cut. Why would you pat me like a man on my back? Like, that pat, not, oh, he,
Yeah. Yeah.
luckily, but I mean this with all grace and luckily we were in Vegas and not here at this town, because I'd have paid my bill for that one. That's all I'm saying. I was so mad, but I was mic'd up, right? So they were like, my poor wife, where is your husband? Where's your husband? They hear me yelling at this guy. I'm in his face like, just go with me, right?
Oh,
Not nice, right?
Yeah.
I'm in his face and they're like, what is going on? My wife's like, they come down there and say, give me the microphone, Delayne. Here.
Fun.
We go to the party that night, big party. Everybody keeps walking up to me, man, you should have hit him. I'm like, what? Like, everybody's watching us do this, right? It's live on It's like, you should have done that, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, my wife said, what did you do? I said, no, it's just an argument, baby. She was at the other end, right? It's just an argument. What did you do? I said, man, I kind of. She's like, oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of ruined it. Whatever.
See, I would think the TV would thrive with that
here,
kind of
So here we go. You
character.
ready for this? It gets better.
Yeah,
And this is good. This will have to make it, but you can give it yourself.
Oh no, I love
They
it.
they messaged me a month later. Hey, we want you to be on a show like around Christmas time, right? December-ish, for a barbecue party, right? We'll give you $10,000, $15,000, build another barbecue pit, have a party, cook what you cook. Whoever wins $25,000 out of 3 teams, right? It was going to be on History Channel, one of those. Barbecue Channel, whatever.
right.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's like, dude, we just got done filming. Like, you sure you want to do this, right? And then, long story short, we go back and forth. Me and the producer, whatever. And I was like, hey, my wife can't do it. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, well, can you get a place? I was like, I knew a buddy down south in San Antonio that, we'll just say, really wealthy.
Yeah.
And we were going to have it at his house. Like, it's huge.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be honest, close to a mansion.
Oh,
and he's like, you're in. You can use my house anytime.
Nice.
If you're cooking and I'm part of this on TV, yep. Deal. Had all this lined out right. Then I was like, hey, I can't get down there. I need this. And they go, we'll fly you. We'll hire actors. You just boss them around like you did at that thing. And I'm like, what? They said, hey, I need you to do this. I was like, okay, cool. I went up to my wife. I said, Mama. I call her Mama Crow. I said, Mama, they want me to go, but I have to go during our anniversary.
Oh man.
She said, yeah, go ahead and go. And I said, you sure? Yeah, go ahead. And so that day I went to work. I'll never forget it. Came back home. And at night she said, come here. She ran up. She gave me a hug. She goes, I love you. She squeezed me. She got close and she said, you know it's our anniversary, right? I sure love you. Right then, next day I called the producer and said, I can't go. They go, what? And I said, I can't go. There ain't no way. My wife's like, Stick, we already got a plane ticket. We already got all this stuff. We're going to fly me down there and get me back sooner. And Oh my God, they were so mad at me.
Oh,
They were so. My buddies were gonna build me the barbecue. Oh my God. Anyway, it was like that. So then, it all went away.
darn, man.
That's okay.
You could have been just a whole TV personality.
Still married. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would have made it. I'll tell you right now. I'd had a good barbecue pit. I might have been in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Nowhere to park it.
Nowhere to park it. But anyway, so cooking, I love cooking like that. So it's like that extreme with me, right? Softball, disc golf, long drive competitions. Yes. Okay, ball, like real golf. Yeah. Like I done that. I don't know if I ever told y'all that. So I'm like golf.
Yeah.
Oh. Love it, man. Love it. Like I would show up at these scrambles and stuff. I'd have 4 drivers. Yeah, 4 or 5 drivers are like, what are you doing? Like, this is what I do. I get paid to hit long. No way. I was like, yeah, this is what I do. And anyway, so anything like that, I just all in.
That's good stuff.
I'm either all in or I'm not.
See, that's my problem. Like, I love pretty much all of those things that you just said.
Yeah.
When I'm doing a golf scramble, I drive the crap out of the ball.
That's what I get.
I don't even touch anything else. Unless everybody else just botches a shot, and I'm like, all right, I'll try to hit
Then
it.
I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, it's all on
This ain't me. I should not do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you please do it again?
But yeah, disc golf. I freaking love disc golf.
Yeah.
I love slow pitch. It's all stuff.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Man, I have the hardest time with a young family just making time to do stuff like that. I hate it. I mean, well, I love my family, but I can't find the time or make the time to do that kind of thing.
Right.
So I just come home after work and I stay at home.
So much easier.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I told you I had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I would sure stay at them ball fields all afternoon, all night.
Right.
Because I had fun. And it's not good for the home life.
No, it's not.
Get home.
Yeah.
So here's a question with all that for you, Delayne. With your diehard enthusiasm for whatever you put your mind and heart into.
Yes.
And then the love for Amanda and your kids. Either how do you balance that, and or how has God helped you balance that, or put priorities first?
So, let me think. I would say the more and more I give it to God, the better understanding I have of what you should be, or your role should be in the family.
Yeah.
For the longest time, it was a very selfish mindset. I want to fulfill me, then I will fulfill home. Okay.
Yeah.
When I started fulfilling home, then it fulfilled me.
Yeah.
And so I again, Amanda's grace is unbelievable because of the stuff I have done in my life where, hey, I'm going to Florida this weekend. What? I'm going to go play. I'm going to spring training.
Yeah.
Are you? I love you. Be careful. Right. You can only do this so many times where you're a dumb.
Yeah, I love my wife, but I need her to be hanging around your wife a little bit more.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, don't take advantage of it. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, things like that where I'm like, hey, go home, see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, did it pay dividends?
Uh-huh.
So life got better, man.
Yeah.
And then God's like, dude, don't you read this?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know what to do? No, I didn't. Right. I lived in a family where the man was the man, the woman was the woman, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that is what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You need to have dinner on the table every meal. You need to serve me. You need to do this.
Right.
And I'm not asking.
Yeah.
This is the way it is.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so it took me a while. Go ahead.
I'm kind of running off of a 5-year-old's brain right now. Could you break that down?
Yeah.
I cannot.
So literally my mom. So like I told you about my mom, right? So my mom, she worked for a living right at first. She had 3 boys, me, my twin, and my older brother. We were crazy. My poor mom. Literally, this is a true story. Y'all are going to die. So first babysitting. I can't even tell you the truth. This is so bad. We go to back then there wasn't like babysitter places, or you went to people's houses. Okay. Yeah. Probably 15 kids there. From what I remember, I don't even hardly remember this, right? But We lasted one day. And one day, my older brother flushed every one of their fish. Me and my twin beat up probably 3 to 4 kids. Like literally beat them bad. Beat them down. Immediately, my mom said, I ain't working. Deal with it. Right. So my dad, okay. Looks like I got to find a new job or 2 jobs or whatever. Right. But here's my expectation.
Yeah.
Every morning there were homemade biscuits. I'm not kidding you. Every day. Whew.
I love me homemade
Oh, you
biscuit.
can't imagine the stuff I ate back in the day. And back then, so narrow-minded. My buddies were eating McDonald's and all this shit stuff. Sorry.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't want this shit. I want that. And then they're coming over. I want to go to your mom's house and eat. I'm like, no. And they're like, I want to eat
Pop-Tarts
with your mom. And I was like, I want a Pop-Tart and a donut and some processed. And they're like, we want your mom's chicken fried steak. We want your mom's biscuits and gravy and this and this. I'm like, I eat it every day. Right? Every day I had a meal. Every day poor me. Right? I'm like, this is awful. This is so bad. It was great. Right? And then, she got sick and then, well, you took away my biscuits and gravy, man. Anyway, that's what I meant, right?
Okay.
She had 3 boys that were crazy. She was Grace. That should have been her name, not Mary Lou. It should have been Grace. Yeah. And my dad, just a tough, oil-filled man. Period.
Yeah. Wow. That's so good, dude. Oh, I could hear you listen to you tell stories all day, dude.
It's more than you know.
It's so good. Man, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, I'm sure we could sit here and tell stories. Is there anything else that you want, whoever in your brain is listening to this podcast right now, is there anything else that you would want them to know or hear from the brain of Delayne?
Or the heart.
Or the
crows on
or
your
the crows.
thigh.
The crows. Like you can't imagine all these tattoos.
He has tattooed
I didn't
crows
even
on
see
his
the leg
leg.
tattoo. That's awesome.
Man,
Of
I'm
course
covered. Let me think here. Words of wisdom by Delayne. Go home.
Go home.
Go home.
Yeah.
Just go home and be present. And I'm not the best, okay? Look, I'm not the best. But it sure pays dividends sitting next to your significant other.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
Yeah.
You get what you give.
Yeah.
Period. Unbelievable, grateful grace.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's, you just give more than you receive and it pays.
Yeah.
Okay?
And the cool part is your kids are watching you do that, and they're you're modeling that.
My
for
daughter.
them. Yeah.
Oh my God, Dad, can you give me some water? Huh? Go get me some water. And I was like, what? You do it for Mom all day long. She don't even get up off the. I love you, Amanda. Sorry. You do it for Mom all the time. Yes, I do. Why would I do it for you? You're my daughter, not my wife. And she's like, Dad. And then she goes like this. My boy's name Aiden. Aiden, will you go get me some water? Dad does it for Mom.
You do it for me.
Her poor husband. That's all I'm saying. Her poor. You better have it together. No, I don't have it. Again, I've messed up more. I've learned more from messing up than ever.
Yeah.
And that's what I will say. I sure screwed up a lot, and grace was given to me.
Yeah.
And that's it. Other than that, good luck.
Yeah.
Life's hard.
Yeah.
Just try to make the best of it. And it's short. You don't have all them days.
Yeah. That's good, man. Awesome. Amen. That was so good, dude. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
That was a blast just listening to your talk and how you've learned from your mistakes. And that's just what life is. That's what fitness is. That's what nutrition is. You constantly learn by doing the wrong things and figuring out what works best for you.
That's right.
And thank goodness for God's grace that we can do that. Delayne, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Best of luck.
I hope I did okay.
You did awesome.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I don't
Like,
know,
where's the
man.
campfire and s'mores?
Sure hope I did okay.
Yeah, you did awesome, dude. That was so much fun. All right, Walker, any final thoughts?
I'm hungry.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, if you came here to listen to this episode because of Delayne, stick around, listen to some of our other episodes. We talk about all sorts of things in the health, fitness, and nutrition world.
Pickleball.
Yeah, we kind of talk about pickleball, not really. Only when Walker's here. But we have episodes talking about macros and strength training.
Oh,
and
yeah. Macros.
best way to lose fat and then how to approach fitness and strength and conditioning and nutrition in a way that honors the Lord and not ourselves. And so
I got one.
go check them out. What you got?
Consistency.
Consistency. We have an episode all about consistency.
Well, you already know then. That's what I would say. I should have said that instead of the other one. Consistency wins. Consistency weighing your
Always.
food. Consistency at home. Consistency with God. Consistency. The more you
true,
feed,
yeah.
the more it grows.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Period.
It is the number one key to success. Is consistency.
Got excited.
I love it. I know. We're going to have you back on. I would love to, man. That'd be awesome. All right, everybody. Go check us out. We're on everywhere that you can stream or podcast or YouTube. We love you, and goodbye.
Later.
We're honored to be a small part of your day. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or are interested in sponsoring our efforts, please feel free to reach out via email. Find us at progressiveoverloadpod@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe and follow our podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.
And as always, you can help us reach the masses by sharing our podcast with your friends and family. And then check us out on Facebook and Instagram to follow our own personal journeys and get an inside look on our day-to-day lives. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.